Namaste and welcome to the learning series of ENGLISHWOOD. Dear students, taking care of you, ENGLISHWOOD is presenting regular series of lessons. So today we are going to discuss meaning into words Unit 2. Unit 2, Appearance. 2.1, Judging from Appearances. Appearance refers how it looks when you see, or how somebody looks when you see. Oh, it's a kind of judgment. मतलब ठक्क देख्दा कस्तो देखिन्छ, हेर्दा कस्तो देखिन्छ. That's what appearance. This exercise uses language structure with look for talking about the appearance of people and things. The structures are: number 1, subject plus look or looks plus adjective. For example, she looks beautiful. Beautiful is adjective. The dog looks dangerous. Dangerous adjective. I look tired. Tired is adjective, etc. Language structures with look. Number 2, subject plus look or looks plus like plus noun or noun phrase. For example, she looks like an American singer. American singer is a noun. It's a noun phrase. They look like thugs. So thugs is noun. It looks like a stone. Stone is noun. So we can see that look or looks is based on either the subject is plural or singular. She looks, but they look. And we are using look like or looks like. Number 3, subject plus look or looks plus as if or as though plus clause. Here, clause refers a phrase or it's a part of sentence with own subject and verb phrase, or having one subject and predicate. For example, she looks as if she is in trouble. So she is in trouble is a clause because it has she as subject, is in trouble a verb phrase. You look as though you are going to a party. So you are going to a party is a clause. They look as if they are hungry, etc. Well, on the basis of these 3 structures, let's try to do some of the exercises here. Let's say there are 3 things about a person, about he. For example, 1, he needs a wash. 2, a tramp. 3, happy. Now you have to use look or look like or look as if, as though. So for example, he needs a wash. Now you have to first decide either the given word or phrase is either it is adjective or is it noun or it is clause. So the given phrase is a clause. He needs a wash is a clause because it has one subject and verb phrase. So we use look as if, third structure. So that is, he looks as if he needs a wash. Similarly, number 2, a tramp. This is noun. Tramp means a wanderer, a traveler. So we can say he looks like a tramp. Happy, this is adjective. He looks happy. So looks happy, look like a tramp, but looks as though he needs a wash. Well, other similar structures are used with other sense verbs. Sense verbs are sound, feel, smell, taste. They are sense verbs because sound is related with the ear, feel related with the touch or skin, smell related with the nose, and taste related with the touch. Okay? So, taste related with the tongue. So, you can use those sense verbs to express how it is. Example, you can say, it sounds very noisy. So, sound plus adjective. It sounds like Naran Gopal's song. Sound like plus noun. It sounds as if they are having a great party. Sound as if plus clause. So, similarly, look plus adjective, look like plus noun, look as if plus clause. Similarly, sound plus adjective, sound like plus noun, sound as if plus clause. So we can have the similar structure with feel, smell, and taste too. Similarly, it tastes very sweet. It tastes like coffee. It tastes as if it is made from milk. Though all the sense verbs have similar structure like look, but mostly questions are asked on the basis of workbook exercise number 2. For example, continue the following remark with look, sound, smell, feel, or taste plus like. So question number 1, are you sure this is tea? So you can answer, it tastes like coffee, because tea is concerned with the taste. I wonder who wrote that music. It sounds like Chinese opera, so music sounds. The material is very soft. It feels like feather. Okay, soft concerns with the feeling. What's that you are cooking? It smells like meat. So, smell of cooking, we can understand. They have got similar faces. They look like twins. Next important exercise is 2.3, and it's about general impression sim. Sim can be used to express our general impression. That means how we simply take as or what comes to our mind when you see people or thing at first. मतलब झट्ट हेर्दा कस्तो देखिन्छ, हाम्रो सामान्य छाप कस्तो पर्छ. That is general impression. And the general impression structures can be various types. So out of them we have for present situation we have one structures like this. Number 1, subject plus sim or sims plus to be, or it is optional, plus adjective. He seems to be friendly. We can also say he seems friendly. Number 2, subject plus seems to be plus noun. He seems to be a businessman. So for the noun, we must use to be. We cannot omit to be. We can omit to be in adjective, but when you are using noun after seems, then we have to use to be. Number 3, subject plus sim plus to plus verb 1. For example, he seems to spend much time outdoor. So here after seems to plus verb 1. Then in the negative form we can also say he doesn't seem to stay much inside, right? So similarly we can say he seems to be plus verb 4. That means he seems to be making a lot of money. Okay, same structure in past situation are 3, subject plus sim plus to have plus verb 3. He seems to have worked in a foreign country. For example, so seems to have and then verb 3 is worked. Similarly, next structure is subject plus sim to have been. For example, he seems to have been to foreign land, right? So similar number 5, he seems to have been plus verb 4. He seems to have been living somewhere. So remember, these structures are also used in other cases too, like in unit 7 when you are using must. He must be working, he must work, he must have work, he must have been working. So same structures. So unit 15 of supposed to, he is supposed to be working, he is supposed to have visited, he is supposed to have been doing something. So structures, you have to remember this one, and on the basis of these structures you can do any other exercises. Practice exercise number 2.3, workbook 3. From the evidence below, express your impression using sim. You can have such kind of question, or about someone, about somebody. Express your general impression using sim. For example, his clothes have American labels. Then your answer can be, he seems to be an American employee, or he seems to work in America, or he seems to be working in an American company, or he seems to have come from America, or he seems to have been to America, or he seems to have been working in America. Thus, you can write any one of these structures to express your general impression. So, choose the best one. Another example is, he is well dressed and wearing a costly ring. So you can say, he seems to be rich. He seems to have on a lot of money. Or he seems to be working in a reputed company, etc. Choose any one. Next, he has nicotine stains on his finger. So you can say, well, he seems to be a heavy smoker. He seems to have used drugs. Anyone? Similarly, his front garden always looks a bit neglected. Then your impression is, he seems to be lazy in looking after the garden, or he doesn't seem to be interested in gardening, etc. 2.5. Describing people. This exercise is basically for writing practice. It does not introduce any new grammatical structures, but it gives you idea for describing people's physical appearance. So, while describing people's physical appearance, we can include the following things. Number A, names of facial features like eyes, hair, nose, face, eyebrows, forehead, etc. Number B, we can talk about approximate age. In his 20s, in early 20s, early 30s, late 40s, etc. Number C, complexion, white, brown, olive. For example, Nepalese complexion is olive complexion. So build means how big, how fat, okay, how thin, dress up, what kind of dress up, and how height. So we can talk like this. Then number D, we can use adjectives for describing facial features. For example, eyes, we can say narrow eye, wide eye, large eye, slanting, blue, brown eyes, etc. For the nose, we can say, so he's got pointed nose, hooked, long or snub nose, etc. Similarly, to describe about face, we can say round face, long, thin, square face, etc. For hair, we can say short hair, straight hair, long, blonde, shoulder length, gray, wavy, shining hair, etc. For describing chin, we can say pointed chins, cleft chin, double chin, etc. Forehead, we can say wide forehead, narrow forehead, etc. Eyebrows, thick, thin, bushy, etc. Lip, thin, full, etc. So you can have description of other special features like sideburns, parting, fringe, mustache, beard, mole, forehead, dimple, etc. Here is an example. For example, if a question is, write a police description of a man who is supposed to have robbed a bank last Friday. So you can start like this. Last Friday evening, Sumnia Bank was robbed by a gang. The main person involved in a robbery has been provided with following police description. According to the police report, the gangster leader seems to be in the age of his 30s. He is very tall and has very heavy body. with special feature mustache. He looks like an outsider. He is white in complexion. He has got long blonde hair. His eyebrows are thin. He has got thin lips. He has round face. His eyes are blue and narrow. He's got bushy eyebrows. He has hooked nose, cleft chin, and narrow forehead. So in this way, look at this highlighted part. So seems to be. So we have used this structure since we have learned here about general impression. Similarly, we have used the word looks like an outsider. I mean, he is from another country. So looks like. So I told you in previous lesson that writing practices are based on the grammatical structure that they have taught in the previous exercises. So we studied about look, we studied about seen, therefore we can use these things to describe a person. Similarly, as we have given the clues there, we have described like this. For example, we talked about his age, that is early 30s. He talked about his build, that is tall and has heavy body. Heavy body is build, tall is height. Then a special feature is he has got a mustache. Similarly, we talked about the complexion is white. Okay, we talked about the hair is long blonde hair. We talked about eyebrows, thin eyebrows. We talked about lips, okay, thin lips. We talked about face, round face. We talked about eyes, blue and narrow eyes. We talked about the eyebrows, bushy eyebrows. Nose, hooked nose, like the hook, right? And chin cleft in two sides, right? And narrow forehead. So in this way, you have to describe different faces, okay, different parts of the face with the different words as given in the example, and you need to practice this. Thank you. So thank you very much for watching and listening me, and I request if you have any queries, don't hesitate to ask me in the form of comment at the below, and you put down your questions. If you have any questions, I will be answering you. And like, share among your friends, so you can use the time by watching my videos. I have already given 3 more lessons from the heritage of words here, verse 2. So and I'll be giving you more other lessons every day. So subscribe, click the button, and then you can get the regular videos. So during the corona time, stay inside, stay healthy, but don't forget to feed your mind too. And the most important thing is make your mental health very nice.